Hello, my name is Logan Black, and today I will be discussing Edward Snowden, who is a former contractor for the National Security Agency, or the NSA. In 2013, he leaked thousands of classified documents to journalists, and these documents revealed a lot of information about how the U.S. government was conducting global surveillance programs, and information about their international partners, and the information included the collection of phone records, internet activity, and private communications of both American citizens and foreign leaders, and it didn't really have any legal oversight protecting or forbidding anything, keeping it in check or in control. Snowden, his goal was just to inform the public of what the government was doing. So the question is Snowden a traitor who endangered national security, or a hero who exposed illegal surveillance and protected civil liberties? Snowden was a whistleblower, and the U.S. authorities charged him under the Espionage Act, labeling him a national security threat. And Snowden had to flee from the U.S. and was granted asylum in Russia, where he's still in exile. So, my personal opinion, I would lean toward him being a hero versus a traitor. In the eyes of the government, he's definitely a traitor, and they tried charging him, and he's a criminal according to the government. He leaked information that the government had, and he disagreed with the government, so of course they view him as a criminal and a traitor to the government. But I wouldn't necessarily say that he's a traitor to the U.S. people, the American people. I'm personally not disappointed in what he did. I think it's pretty cool that he did it, to be honest. I honestly don't see many people having too big of an issue with what he did. I can see how his actions could potentially endanger national security, but much of Snowden's focus was what on the government shouldn't be doing in the first place. So, in the interview we watched with Snowden, he consistently goes back to the idea that the government's doing way too much without the approval of the American people. And he says this about him leaking the documents: "This is the truth. This is what's happening. You should decide if we should be doing this," in reference to the American people. So his goal was just to let the American people know what's going on and let us decide, instead of leaving the government to just keep us in the dark of what they were doing. Because the government wasn't only doing it without the approval of the American people, but the American people weren't even aware of what they were doing. So I absolutely agree that the people should know what the government is doing and have a say in what it does. And whether or not an individual understands and justifies why the government was and is doing what was leaked, everything Snowden revealed, they were definitely violating our civil liberties, and we deserve to know about it. I understand having classified information within the government to protect the government and the American people, but when that information is directly about the American people should have a say in what's going on, and they should get to know about it. Another major issue that Snowden talked about was the issue of policies being the only thing that restricts the activities of the surveillance state. Policies are not set in stone and could easily be changed. He uses the example of a new president being elected, and that president saying there's some big emergency and changing policy, and now he gets to use the surveillance system however he wants to, and it could completely change the way the country is run, and the country could become a lot more tyrannical, and he or she, the president, could gather way more power in a way that the American government should not have, with the way that the American government's designed. my thoughts is that he did the right thing and that people should get to know and decide and put that decision in the law, not policy. This is a matter of it should be in the law, not just policy of what they're doing. Those are just my thoughts. Thanks.